Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's Amy9370 here again with another great video. Um, Before we get started, I just want to say a Happy New Year to all my subscribers out here on the internet. I definitely appreciate you guys' support over the past year of 2015. I hope to grow my channel as the years progress. So, hey, definitely appreciate you guys giving me feedback constantly, and, that really helps me, and, that really supports me as far as mentally is concerned. So yeah, um, as you guys are already aware of, the last time I had posted a video, it was on December 22nd of this year. So I want to give you guys a little update on what's been going on ever since then. Obviously we've had Christmas, Hanukkah, that everybody's been celebrating. So I hope that you guys have been having a wonderful holiday season. I hope that everybody ate lots of great food. I know I did for sure. I got several neat things as well, along with celebrating with family. So everything was really neat. Thankfully, being up here in the Midwest, is that we didn't have White Christmas. That's a tradition around here for us at least. So but we got a bunch of sleet, roughly about 18 inches or so. About 3 or 4 days afterwards. So we've been dealing with a lot of ice here lately. So, it's been sticking around in the 20s up here in the Midwest. So, been really fine with the weather. And, obviously it's been cold. So, just been trying to stay warm at least. So, um, you know, I want to try and get a little past that real quick. You guys are aware of that on my last video, which I did post on the 22nd of this month, I had indicated that I had a job offer for a trucking company, and I had to really memorize a thick book, and there's some good news and there's some bad news to it. The good news is that I got one test down out of the three that I really need to get down. The bad news is that today should have been the day to which I got everything completed. Flat, ready to go, so I could go to school on Monday. Well, I would actually have to leave this coming Sunday, excuse me, for that. So the bad news is that I still have two more tests to take on that same exact side. Is that on my second test, I've already taken it twice, and for the state of Illinois, you can take it up to 3 times per test. So you got one test 3 times, the second time, the second test 3 times, third test 3 times, and that's for your permit. Just your permit only now. And the permit is good for 6 months once you get it down. So once you get that permit down, say that you get it on like January 1st, that really won't happen. Just hypothetically, you would have until June 1st to pass your road skills test on that same exact year for you to obtain your hard license. That license enables you to basically go out there on your own for any of these trucking companies out there. So, in my situation, I would need to have my permit before I would go up to school. Well, however, because I don't have my permit today, I can't do that. So, got to probably stick around for about another week or so. I did fail it, like how I did say for the second time. So, basically, what I'm going to do this weekend, and most likely all of Monday, is really study. I done that last night, and thank God. And I really don't say that word that often, but thank goodness above my head is I passed my first test, and I made it by 1, but it still counts. So it needs. Hey, sorry about that, guys. So I guess this is gonna be part 2 now. So I had a phone call, so I apologize for the interruption. But anyway, getting back to what I was saying is that um, I missed by I actually made it by 1 question. So I mean, thank goodness above my head is that everything did go in my favor. The bad news to that is that I did take my second test, and it was like 20 questions on there, and first time I made a 70, and I should have been thinking twice regarding about it. I should have studied way more, but I just had so much going on that at that time I had to to take care of my business. I had to calm my nerves down, knowing as that, I just passed the, probably one of the hardest tests in my life thus far, and got me a little caffeine, got me some sugar, kind of calm me down. But it was cold. I was out in my car studying, so it was miserable. And then I had court on my mind, so it was like just one thing after another today. And then thank goodness that court went great today. I went in there. They called my name within 10 minutes. They had said, you know what, you pay off your ticket. Okay, yep, you're good to go. They had me sign something, and they had said, this is what's going on with your license now, and you're free to go. Have a wonderful new year. And I said, you too. So, court went great, and, couldn't complain on that. So, still came home in a relatively decent mood, despite, the past couple of days I am in the friendliest person, shall we say. So, but yeah, everything was great. Going out tonight, to celebrate with the new year, but, I'm getting sidetracked. I'm really talking about my job here. Is that I did hear from my company a couple times today. They did tell me specifically what my job would really entail, and they did tell me was that for any of my commercial motor vehicle drivers out there, they had told me that I was going into the dry van division. So, basically hauling dry freight. I'll be doing Midwest runs, so, takes care of the Dakotas, Minnesota, Iowa, Illinois, probably northern part of northern part of Missouri, all of Wisconsin, most likely Indiana too. So, but I'm going to try and go to the southeast regional area, or, I might do a couple Midwest runs if I can. So, my company did tell me is that, at this point they've got me set up for dry van. I'd be out anywhere from 11 to about 17 days, which is pretty good for me. And then, I would come home for about 3 days and, just right back at it. So, it feels great. One of the best things about rail is that they've got 3 scheduled home times, like what I was talking to you guys beforehand. Is that, for any of us that's really single people, such as myself, we can stay out up to as much as 36 days and come home for a whole week, not thinking about work. Granted, we won't get paid, while our wheels are not turned, but, every once in a while we still need to get a little downtime. So, that's one of the options. Obviously my situation is number 2, and then, and I think that their third version is that, you're out for like 2 or 3 days, and you come home for a day, and, you're doing the same thing all over again. So, you're no more than about 3 days out, typically. But it also depends on, freight, where it's moving to, and road conditions, and where weather is heading to. So, it just really depends on, there's so many factors to add up. It's not even unreal. You guys will be amazed as to what all it really goes in detail when it comes to those trucking companies. I know a lot of my subscribers, they are above the age of 18. So, one thing that I will tell you guys specifically is that, make sure that you guys really pay attention to those 18-wheelers, because unless you've really been through the process and really been studying for your CDL, you really don't know what they really have to go through. They have to put up with so much junk just for them to drive a 18-wheeler. That's amazing. Find that out. You're talking about DOT fiscal, you have to meet certain height and weight regulations. You have to get certain things checked out, if you know what I mean. Guys, hint, hint. You have to do that, and, you gotta make sure that you're drug-free, alcohol-free. While you're on duty, you cannot have a sip of wine or beer at all. So, if you guys got a hard time with drinking, my advice, stay away from the trucking industry. Personal opinion, though. Not that it matters. I'm just giving you my food for thought on this. But yeah, they've got a lot of stipulations, but they also try to make the drivers really comfortable with it as well. Certain companies, mine in particular, offers a pet program. So, you could take a cat or a dog out, after 90 days of employment. You just pay a small fee. It's like $20 a week or something like that. But, whenever you're making money, the wheels are turning. What's $20 to you? Really? Come on, think about it. So, you know, but certain companies they're really stipulous on that, and you just really got to really look into finding out is this something that you really want to do? Do you have a lot of health problems, or what's your situation on this? So I mean, at this point in the game, if you guys really don't have a hard time remembering stuff, unfortunately I do. You know, uh, I would say that give it your best shot, but really sit down and talk to your significant other if you do have one, which thankfully I don't. Anyway, really talk to them and discuss what your goals and dreams are. If one of your goals is to get your CDL license, really sit down and chat with them and figure out, okay, is this the best for you guys in your guys' situation? Is it financially, emotionally? What would your kids think? If you do have any, just little things like that. So, there's just a lot to consider. It's ain't unreal. Um, right now, it's a lot of stress. It really is. I didn't even sleep last night, hardly. Just memorizing questions and answers, making sure that I get things down like that. So, I mean, there's just a lot to really take into consideration. So, um, oh, I hope that you guys have been very informative whenever it comes to this. I tried to give my best feedback as far as, what I've been experiencing with things like this. And, you know, I really enjoy this. I really enjoy this, doing this for you guys so you guys can understand where I'm coming from. So, um, anyway, this is probably going on a little too long for you guys now, so I'll let you guys go. Making sure that you guys stay safe this holiday season, especially tonight. Please don't drink and drive. Get a designated driver if you need to. Call a cab, family member, or carpool with somebody if you can help it. Really, I'm going out drinking tonight with a couple family members, but I ain't driving, so good to go. Anyway, I hope that you guys have a wonderful new year, and until next time, you guys stay safe out there. I'll catch you guys next time. Take care. Peace.